Dear students, let us begin with another topic, which is a cytological basis of classing hour. Uh, First, try to understand what is the cytological basis. As you know, cytology is the study of the cell. Whenever you diagnose something while studying the cell, while examining the cell, it is called cytological. And in this case, we have to study whether this crossing over that we have studied in the previous lecture, which interchange the parts, adjacent part of the non-sister chromatids, is it has some proof in the cell itself? Can we look at the cell and we can say that yes, the interchange has taken place? No, you all know that the crossing over takes place between homologous chromosome, and the crossing over is always reciprocal, because part from this chromosome is given to this and from this to this, and it is almost exact that the similar part, same size of the part is given from this chromosome and similar is taken by this chromosome and vice versa. So, it means it is reciprocal, it is taking place between the homologous chromosome. So, once the length of the interchange part is same, then by just looking at the chromosome in the cell, you cannot judge that parts have been changed or not, because over here, in order to understand, we have colored these chromosomes differently. So, you are able to see this part differently, but otherwise when you look at the chromosome in the cell, you will not be able to see this part differently. You will just see that okay, this is whole chromosome. So, you may not be able to detect that whether the part has actually been exchanged or not. So, only one proof is there, that whenever they are going for the crossing over, before uh, disjunction, their parts, their exchange chromatids may be united at one another, which is called the point of contact or the chiasmata. So, if you are able to see that the chiasmata has formed, you can say that the exchange or the crossing over has begun, but the end result of the crossing over will not be visible in the in the cell while looking at the chromosome, because the part is so exact that there is no change in the length of the chromosome, and there is no other any kind of change that you can see, that with the help of which you can say that this is the interchange part. Therefore, to demonstrate that crossing over is associated with actual exchange of chromosome segment, special experiments were devised by C. Stern in Drosophila and by H. S. Creighton and B. McClinton in corn, in which those chromosomes were used in which their morphology was altered due to chromosomal aberrations in order to make them identifiable from the homologue. So, it means if you are able to devise a mechanism that your two homologous chromosomes, they are morphologically different from one another, then in that case, if the part of one is broken and given to other, then there will be change in the length of the chromosome, then you can say that okay, yes, the part has been translocated. So, similar style was adopted by these two scientists in Drosophila and in corn. They have altered the chromosomes morphology with the help of the chromosomal aberrations. Chromosomal aberration, you know the chromosomal changes that you know, that which brings about the length of the chromosome different after getting mutated. Let us see what is it. Let us look at the Stern's experiment in Drosophila. Stern obtained a female Drosophila which possessed a heteromorphic type of X chromosome. Means otherwise both the X chromosomes were having the same size, but he obtained a Drosophila in which both the X chromosomes were different. No, here the length is different. So, it means if the translocation will take place between them, it will be detected later on. One X chromosome is longer and other one is shorter, and the longer chromosome is L shaped because a part of the Y chromosome is translocated or is attached to its one of the end. So, it means longer chromosome is L shaped, other chromosome is short, though both the chromosome are X, both the chromosome are X. It is short because the part of it is broken and is translocated to some other chromosome. In this case, it was translocated to chromosome number 4. These two X chromosomes in the females fly could be distinguishable now because they are distinguishable from one another also, and they are distinguishable from rest of the chromosomes also, because they have a unique type of the morphology. One is very short, other is long but L shape. The shorter X chromosome carry two types of the mutant alleles. So, mutant allele means which are not normal alleles, which have arisen because of the mutation. One allele is represented over here by CAR, CR, CAR means carnation, and carnation means light color of the eye, and it is recessive mutation. Recessive mutation means the light color of the eye will be visible in the generation only if at the opposite or the corresponding part of the other homologous chromosome will have the same carnation recessive. Otherwise, if they will have the dominant, then it will not be shown over there. And this is the case of the dominant, the recessive is the same, that the dominant will always show, recessive will show only when it is present in the homozygous condition, when both the alleles are homozygous. So, this carnation is the recessive mutant, and here the second one is the dominant mutant. This is the bird eye. Bird eye means a narrow eye, it is the shape of the eye which is narrow. On the other hand, the long X chromosome again have two genes. It has both the genes are represented here by plus. So, this one is the dominant normal gene which is present normally in the wild condition, which represents the red eye color. So, red eye color is dominant over the white eye, that means red is dominant over the carnation. And here you have the second normal gene, but it is the recessive gene which represent the round eye. So, round eye is recessive and the bird eye is dominant over it. So, you have the two types of the genes present on them. So, this female, because again both have the X chromosome, this female is heterozygous as it is not having the same type of gene on both the chromosome. Here it is carnation, the light eye color, here it is red eye color, here it is bird eye, that means narrow eye, here it is round eye. Bird eye is dominant, and here this red eye is dominant. So, the individual is bird red. Now, when such females were crossed with the round carnation male, so this is the male, this is the Y chromosome and this is the X chromosome. So, when such females were crossed with the male flies having recessive alleles for both of these genes. So, carnation is again recessive, and moreover this one we have already seen that this round eye is again recessive. So, when they are crossed with the male having both the recessive character, that is round and carnation, let us see what happened then. Now, let us form the gamete first, because this is the pair of the homologous chromosome which has to separate during the meiosis. So, in the meiosis, if there will not be any sort of you can say this crossing over between them, then as such these chromosomes will transfer into separate gamete. One gamete will having this short X chromosome, other will having this long X chromosome along with the attached piece of the Y chromosome, L shaped chromosome. Okay. Now, if crossing over will takes place, what will happen then, that this short X chromosome will bring a part of the large X chromosome. So, you will have this type of the shape, this one, that is it is having the carnation above, but below it will not be the bird, it will be the round eye. Okay. And this part will get translocated attached to this part. So, you will have the other one, the short X chromosome with one of the end having the end of the large X chromosome because of the translocation, which can be identifiable because of having the L shape. No, you can easily detect them, that otherwise this short chromosome was not having the L shape. No, X chromosome, the short X chromosome has become L shaped, and the long chromosome was L shaped, but because of the translocation the part has gone to the short one and it has become straight rod like. But this is the gamete, where you will not be able to see in the gamete. You will see this case in the individual later on. Then the male, again this chromosome will go and form a new gamete having this very type of the structure, and the other Y chromosome will go to this. So, this is X chromosome, this is Y chromosome in the male. Now, what will happen, that crossing over will give to additional types of gametes. So, you can see that the crossing over has given two additional types of the gametes. Yes, because these two gametes are the additional type, they were not present previously. One is bird and red, and other is carnation, that means light color and round. Now, look at the male flies now. These are the male flies represented over here by a symbol, and this is the female fly represented over here by symbol, and this will be shown that if no crossing over has taken place, what will happen, and these four square will show that what will happen if the crossing over has taken place and these types of the gametes have been formed. Okay. Now, here you can see that because crossing over has taken place over there. So, these are the recombinant X chromosome. So, these are the male individual which are recombinant. Okay. These are not recombinant because no crossing over was taken place over there or there. So, here you can see that this male bored red male and the round carnation both are the recombinant one, because otherwise male was having round carnation. Now, in the round carnation, what was happening over there, that this round carnation is exactly similar with that of the parents, but the bored red eye, if you look at the character has changed. Now, we have to see whether the character has been changed due to translocation or not. Yes, we can say that, because here if you look at the cell of these individual, the short chromosome is having the translocated part of the Y. So, short chromosome has become the L shape. In addition to this, this long chromosome has also the no, this is the Y chromosome, as you can see, this is the Y chromosome. Okay. So, in the male, one is X chromosome, one is one is Y chromosome. Now, you know that in the male the X chromosome always comes from the female. So, but the female was having the short X chromosome, not having any sort of L shape, but now you can see that it is L shape because due to the translocation the gamete was formed which was having the L shape. Now, while looking at the cell, you can easily detect now that yes, translocation has taken place, because this type of segment was present in the female on the long X chromosome, but now it has attached itself on the short X chromosome, and the Y chromosome is as such. Male flies with normal shape, that means round carnation eyes, contain long X chromosome, but without attached piece of Y chromosome. So, here you can see that it has the long X chromosome. This long X chromosome was otherwise having an attached Y part, but now you can see no attached Y part is there. Okay. So, you are having a Y chromosome and the X chromosome that always comes in the male individual from the female. So, otherwise if translocation was not taken place, then this type of the long X chromosome would have appeared over there, but it is not there, because due to the translocation this we have seen in the here also that due to the translocation this part has shifted itself to the short chromosome. So, both of these new individuals, if you look at the male one, they are having the part translocated from one to other, which is clearly depictable because of the shape of the chromosome, which is clearly identifiable. In non-crossover males, all the chromosomes are exactly similar to that of the parent, like you can see the no crossing over has taken place, no translocation has taken place. So, the gametes are similar. You are having short X, because male will get the X from the female, it is exactly with the female parent, and the Y chromosome is exactly with the Y. Again, if it is taking, if the male is taking the long X chromosome, again it is similar, and the Y chromosome is similar with that of the parents. Among the 4 classes of females, now you look at, there are the 4 females also. Let us look at what has happened over there. X chromosome in all coming from father was found to carry both the recessive alleles. So, because the female will always get the X chromosome from the male, one X chromosome from the male. So, because this is the male X chromosome, so it is having the recessive allele. So, among the 4 class of the female, one X chromosome in all coming from father was found to carry both the recessive alleles. This is the carnation and it is recessive, and then you are having the round eye, again it is recessive. So, you can see this chromosome, this chromosome, this chromosome, this chromosome, all of these 4 are having one of the X chromosome from the male parent having the recessive alleles. The other X chromosome which they received from mother was found to differ in crossover and non-crossover. No, the other chromosome, the other X chromosome they have to get from the mother. So, if you look at the non-crossover and the crossover, they differ at a lot. Say for example, in the non-crossover it is normal as it was present in the parent. Again here also it is normal as it was present in the male female parent, but here you look at in the non-crossover, again the short X chromosome which was present over there has a L shape because of the translocation of the piece of the Y chromosome which was originally present with the long X chromosome. And similarly here also you look at, this is the long X chromosome which was taken from the mother, but because otherwise it was having the L shape, but because of the translocation now it has become rod shape. Now you can easily say, while looking at these individuals resulting from the gametes, combination of the gametes coming from the crossing over, that yes, the crossing over has taken place and the reciprocal translocation of the segments between the homologous chromosome has taken place. It is only due to this reason that earlier the small X chromosome was not having any L shape, but it has become L shape later on, and it is only due to this crossing over in reciprocal translocation between homologous chromosome, that the other long X chromosome was otherwise in the female parent was having the L shape. No, it has become the rod shape only because the exchange of the reciprocal part has brought this change during the gamete formation, which is very much visible in the cells of the offsprings. So, hence it is a proof, yes, the crossing over has taken place and chromosomes have mutually exchanged their parts between them, the homologous chromosome, they have mutually exchanged their corresponding segments between them, which is visible by the change in the morphology of the X chromosomes. Hence, what we were observing the result of the what we was expecting, that if the crossing over is taking place over there, then the result must be that both the chromosome must have changed their shape. Yes, they have changed their shape. So, it means it is a cytological proof that while looking at the cell, while looking at the chromosome, you are now able to say that yes, the change of the shape of both of the X chromosome is because of the reciprocal translocation, because of the crossing over, which was already discussed in the previous lecture, that crossing over first break a part, then reunite the part with the opposite chromosome. Hence, it is proven that yes, cytologically also we have seen that crossing over has taken place. Thanks.